sleep. I pretend that I am alright, that you're leaving me, yeah. Wherever you go, I will always long for you. Wherever you are, I wish I was there. If you're running away, do you want me to chase you? Tried to move on, but I couldn't erase you. Wherever you go, I will always long for you. If I'm honest with myself, I'd say that we never stood a chance. Love, don't walk away. You know how bad I need you now. I'll say it again. Wherever you go, I will always long for you. Wherever you are, I wish I was there. If you're running away, do you want me to chase you? Tried to move on, but I couldn't erase you. Wherever you go, I will always long for you.
Call upon all people here present
To witness that I, James,
to witness that I, James,
accept you, Jennifer,
accept you, Jennifer,
as my lawful wife,
as my lawful wife,
to love and to share with you,
to love and to share with you,
as from this day,
as from this day,
moments of joy and sorrow,
moment of joy and sorrow,
wealth and poverty,
wealth and poverty,
happiness and unhappiness,
happiness and unhappiness,
throughout our lives,
throughout our lives,
until death do separate us.
and to death do us separate.
I call upon all persons here present
To witness that I, Jennifer,
to witness that I, Jennifer,
accept you, James,
accept you, James,
as my lawful husband,
as my lawful husband,
to love and to share with you,
to love and to share with you,
as from this day,
as from this day,
moments of joy and sorrow,
moment of joy and sorrow,
wealth and poverty,
wealth and poverty,
happiness and unhappiness,
happiness and unhappiness
throughout our lives
throughout our lives
until death do separate us.
until death do separate us.
As from this moment, I pronounce you husband and wife.
That was quick. That was very quick.
I'll just pretend to and I'll take it back off.
Thank you.
James, it's time to kiss your wife officially now.
Oh dear.
And put your hands together for Mr. and Mrs. Pengelly.
Where love is king, when boy meets girl, here's what they say. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Vita Bella. Hearts will play tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy-tay, like a gay tarantella. When the stars make you drool, just like a pastifazool, that's amore. When you dance down the street with a cloud at your feet, you're in love. When you walk in a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, signore. Scusa me, if I just see back in old Napoli, that's amore.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Paul, the very proud dad of Jenny. On behalf of my wife, Denise, and James's mum and dad, Clive and Glynis, I wish to thank you all for coming to celebrate this special occasion with us. We are so happy that so many of our friends and relatives are able to come here to enjoy Jenny and James's big day. I'd also like to thank everyone who's helped out on the lead up to the wedding, in whatever way, big or small. You've all played your part to make the day possible. I have the pleasure of making the first speech, and I guess being the warm-up act for James and for the boys.
God forbid.
Yeah, God forbid. I've got to admit, I'm a bit nervous today. Not because I'm making a speech, but because I've been married for 15 years, and I'm not used to speaking for longer than 30 seconds without being interrupted. And of course, seizing the opportunity when somebody's actually listening to me.
Yeah.
The other good thing about doing the speech is it's sorted out with constipation. Just a quick reminder, can everybody please be extra careful with the table decorations, because Jenny's taking them to Poundland next week for her infant. That's true though. Oh, home bargain, sorry.
Yeah, home back. Get it right, lass. Get it right.
It's traditional at this point for me to share some stories about the bride. But don't worry, Jenny, I've promised that I won't embarrass you in my speech, and I'll keep that promise.
Add one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a year and a half ago. I didn't know you. I didn't know you then.
Get it right.
But I promise not to embarrass you in the speech, and I'll keep that promise. But your mum and dad will just, mum and me will just go between tables and tell tales about you anyway. What I would like to share is
that's all I'll say.
I refer back to the first bit, right? Married for 15 years and not being interrupted. Well done, it was 45 seconds. What I would like to share is how proud I felt today giving you away. You look beautiful in your dress. When I met your mum 18 years ago, you were only about 6? 5. I could only have dreamt that I would have the honour of giving you away. You were a lovely little girl with a cheeky smile and an infectious personality, and I knew from the start that I would get along with you. But over the years, you've progressed from calling me Paul, to Dad, to Dickhead. Which is true, unfortunately, yeah. And I guess the bond that we have has become stronger, and I'm very proud to call you my daughter. As a teenager, Jenny brightened up all our lives, mainly by always leaving the light on in every room that she went through.
She did it at the Avenue as well, Paul.
Yeah. Thankfully, she does seem to have inherited most of her better traits from her mother, and only a few bad habits from me. You have your mum's kind nature and good looks, and from me, well, a varied and interesting vocabulary, and Tourette's, arse biscuits. That's true.
Yeah, it is very true.
When preparing for this speech, I looked through some old photographs of the kids for inspiration. One in particular stood out from the others. It was a picture of Jenny lying on the floor in front of her mother, dribbling, gurgling, and trying to take a few wobbly steps. It's the only photograph we have of Jenny on a wedding night, on a hen night, sorry. So it's quite special. For me, the key to being a dad, or a mum for that matter, is giving unconditional love, advice and support, encouraging you in everything you do, believing in you when nobody else does, and most importantly, being there for you whenever you need me and never letting you down. That's what my mum and dad did for me, and it's what I'll always do for you. Jenny, everybody who knows you will agree that you're kind, caring, bubbly and fun-loving. And so today seems the perfect occasion in front of family and friends for your mum and I to say how much we love you, that we are very proud of you, and we couldn't wish for a better daughter. There have only been 3 times in my life when I've been absolutely speechless. One was the moment I first laid eyes on your mum, all those years ago. The second was when I saw you today, looking absolutely stunning in your wedding dress. And the third was when you told me exactly how much it was going to cost me for the day. Don't know what you're laughing at. It's also customary to spend a few minutes bragging on the qualities of our new son-in-law. Jim? I get it right. I've got 3 pages of notes here, James, but I can't read your writing. James, it's good to see you looking so smart today in your suit. But you do need to realise that from tomorrow, Jenny will be wearing the trousers.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Now I know Jenny will mould you into the perfect husband, but I'm sure you're a modern man and like the idea of equality as much as I do. So remember that doing some housework won't kill you, but why take the chance?
Exactly. Exactly.
James, Jenny has always deserved a good husband. How lucky you are to have married her before she found one. To James, a great philosopher once said, a man who gives in when he's wrong is a wise man. A man who gives in when he's right is married. True? True love isn't about looking at life through rose-tinted glasses and being perfect. It's about accepting that we all have our faults and loving someone for who they are, not who you want them to be. So always be positive and remember that you fell in love with each other because of the things you liked, not the things you disliked.
Very true.
Neither of you will ever be perfect. Sorry.
Well,
I am.
But you
What
could
the
be a
frig are you
perfect.
on about?
But you can be a perfect match for each other. A successful marriage is not about finding a person you can live with, but finding a person that you can't live without. And I know that you found that with each other. Last page. It's good going, isn't it? Don't interrupt. She's bad enough. Well, I guess you've suffered me for long enough, so it's going to be a hand over to James. But before I do that, I'd like to propose a toast. Here's to the past for all that you've learned. Here's to the present for all that you share. Here's to the future for all that you look forward to together. Can I ask you all to stand, please? Raise your glasses. And toast to the bride and groom.
To the bride and
Bride
groom.
and groom. Now I know James.
right. Everybody starts with unaccustomed as I am. For me, that's true. I just want to thank everybody for coming so far to join us on this really special day today. I do really appreciate everybody being here. Firstly, I would like to say thank you to Paul and Denise for raising such a beautiful daughter.
Yes.
Also for your contribution for this wedding, which has been amazing. Thank you.
Yes.
I want to thank you for taking me into your family, and mostly for raising such a beautiful woman. Doesn't my wife look beautiful today?
Yes, it does.
He messes with me.
Sure, stop that, James. He's got to come yet.
Watch it
Some of it was from you.
That sounds very, very strange.
Nice.
I want to thank my parents, Clive and Glenys, for your contribution as well. But also for putting up with me for the last 28 years.
Hasn't been easy.
I know that can't have been very easy.
It hasn't
No,
been easy.
definitely not.
I want to say thank you to all the bridesmaids. You all look amazing today.
Yes.
Today wouldn't have been the same without you helping in any way with my beautiful wife.
High five.
Also, thank you to my 3 best men. Yes, it's a bit strange to have 3, but they are all very strange.
You are like.
Given the last couple of days of like what's happened, the way I would describe them is naughty, nice and dumb. That's up to you to decide which is which. Finally, to my wife, I just want to say a massive thank you for always being here for me and putting up with my rubbish for the last 7 years. You have made me so happy to marry me today. I really do love you. Could we now please, everybody stand, raise a glass to my beautiful wife, the true love of my life,
To Jenny.
Good afternoon for everyone. For those who do not may know me, it's Ben, James's brother, and obviously the best of the best men.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I have the easy job today of introducing the other 2 best men, and they provide a more graphic insight to my brother. I want to say how proud I am to be your best man today, Jim, and how proud of you, Mary and Jenny. Everyone knows you're made for each other, and today you've both made that commitment official. You both look so happy. Congratulations. Without further ado, I'll pass you to Stuart.
Well done, Ben.
Anyway, right. As myself and Mark have both been given the honour of being best man today, I thought I'd go first because everyone, well, a lot of people in here, especially Pegs, will know that Yak's story's go on forever. I must admit that when I first met James, I was terrified about making a speech. But then I found out that idiot there was a best man as well. I knew it made me feel a whole lot better. Mark first introduced me to James 11 years ago when we used to go out and about in the cars, and he truly has become one of my best friends. In the time I've known him, he hasn't really changed much. His head's still the size of a pea. He still doesn't have a driving licence. And he's a health and safety nightmare.
True.
I was honestly thinking about doing a risk assessment before I come because I knew he'd find a way to hurt himself somehow. Which brings me on to our first holiday. Me, Mark and James setting off on a 2-week party in Iron. And James decides to fall asleep while stood up. Bust his face open, so his lip was out here and his eye was out here. But he still managed to pull more girls than Yak.
Gee, thanks, Jim. Thanks, mate.
I know, but it was before that.
Yeah.
It's before Yak as well, come on.
So now I'm going to turn my attention to Jen.
Dear God. Dear God.
What can I say? You look absolutely stunning. Really do. You do look stunning today. And I am privileged to spend your wedding day with yourself and James. You're a wonderful person who deserves a wonderful husband, and I promise I'm not going to rest until I find out what the hell's gone wrong. Both yourself and James really have scrubbed it well, but I still think James looks like the bald bloke off the Crystal Maze. Now I know my part is quite short, but can I just mention how beautiful the bridesmaids look today?
Yay.
And then I'm going to hand over to Mark.
Oh dear God.
Come on, yeah.
Big tomato head.
Thank you very much, Stu. I must admit that when I found out I was going to be best man, my good old cheeks did nip. Let me start off by saying, for those who don't know me, I grew up with James. As I remember the first time that I met this lad, we stuck our fingers up at each other, and well, the rest is history. There has been a few highlights that have stuck with me, and obviously as best mates do, half the time we found ourselves fighting. Well, I've decided to share a story that may take a few of you down memory lane.
Better not be about my marbles.
The marbles, Mark.
It better be.
Back in primary school, hang on. Back in primary school, you would get football cards, Pokemon cards, pugs and marbles. The one that me and James found ourselves playing with the most was marbles. Marbles played a big part in our school life, and we had hundreds of them between us, from comets, snowies, swirlies and spotted dicks. And obviously everybody loved the glassy, but they were the bottom of the league. You would also get different size marbles, the bigger ones called kingies. I had one of these myself, and it was so rare it was called a kingy bongy. It was like a ball bearing, for those that don't know. It was massive and it was my pride and joy. But it was halfway through the 6 weeks holidays, and yet again me and James had fallen out. My marbles this summer's day were on my front garden, and I needed a refreshing sunny day. So I left them unattended, and needless to say, when I returned, they had disappeared.
You piece of marbles.
What he did,
Big bongy was mine.
It actually was yours as well, mate. It was
He
yours.
swore it was, and I'm saying no, hand them back.
I ran to where I used to hide my kingy bongy, and my pride and joy had also gone. Pegs. What I couldn't understand was, as my kingy bongy was well and truly hidden, how he had found it. I let my imagination run wild, as you do when you're that age, and thought he must have become a detective, like father, like son. To this day, I still don't know how he found it.
We followed you.
Pegs, I hope you still got it, because they're going for a fortune on eBay, mate. The majority of the time, though, it was both of us being little shits. 9 times out of 10, we found ourselves getting chased by a good law-abiding member of the public, normally wanting to do a citizen's arrest on us. Somehow, we always got away with it. It wasn't until we got older, and I mean mid-20s, that we soon realised it was only because of one person, our Clivey boy here. And on that note, I've decided to leave the rest to your imagination. Then the two of us became three when Stu here came along, also known as Schmeagol. Our Gollum here. As Schmeagol has already told you how we met back in the day when everyone was passing their tests and going out in their cars. Well, seeing everyone. Here we are, 11 years later, and somebody still hasn't. At this point, mate, no, when I was saying I forgot a little prop for you. Yeah. It's at home in my hotel room. I do apologise.
You are good, mate. You are good.
I've bought you a driving lesson, bud. We'll see. I only got you one because of all the driving hours you've clocked up, and that was obviously with your L plates on. Yeah. This was where I was meant to chuck you some L plates, my friend. I do apologise.
He's left them in the hotel bedroom.
That was because that drink last night, mate.
We won't talk about that.
Yeah.
Go there, Jennifer.
Then along came Jenny, and here we are today. Ladies and gentlemen, I think she deserves a round of applause for putting up with Pegs. Humour aside though, Jenny, you look absolutely stunning and you make the perfect couple. The venue's amazing, the whole day's been amazing. Let me just swallow me lump. Jesus.
Is that written down?
It's not, no.
Just take it steady, Mark, because you're going to be over that wall in a minute.
It's been a pleasure to be one of your best men, and it means a lot to me to be here on yours and James's big day. Thank you. I would also like to thank the bridesmaids, who you'll all agree with me look absolutely amazing and have done a wonderful job. So everyone, I would like you to be upstanding, please.
Oh God.
I know, it's getting tedious.
Bridesmaids.
I'd absolutely love a drink at this point. And now to the wonderful couple, Mr. and Mrs. Pengilly. Pegs, Jenny, you make an absolute brilliant couple, mate. I wish you all.
Oh, he's emotional.
Jesus.
You're adorable, Yak Yak.
The day we met, frozen, I held my breath. Right from the start, I knew that I'd found the home for my heart. Beats fast, colors and promises. How to be brave, how can I love when I'm afraid to fall? But watching you stand alone, all of my doubt suddenly goes away somehow. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more.
Okay, now it's time for Jenny to have a dance with her father.
Made it. Look how far we've come, my baby. We might have took the long way. We knew we'd get there someday. They said, I bet they'll never make it. But just look at us holding on. We're still together.
Young man, there's no need to feel down. I said, young man, pick yourself off the ground. I said, young man, place you can go. I said, young man, when you're short on your dough, you can't stay there. And I'm sure you will find many ways to have a good time. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. They have everything for your kid to enjoy. You can hang out with all the boys.
I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. Feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. Tonight's the night. Let's live it up. I got my money. Let's spin it up. Go out and smash it. Like, oh my God. Jump out that sofa. Let's get on. I know that we'll have a ball. If we get down, go out and just lose it all. I feel stressed out, I wanna let it go. Let's go way out, spaced out and losing our control. Fill up my cup, mazel tov. Look at her dancing, just take it off. Let's paint the town, we'll shut it down. Let's burn the roof, and then we'll do it again. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it, let's do it, and do it, and do it. Let's live it up and do it, and do it, and do it, do it, do it. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. 'Cause I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be